Speaking of friends in the game, it's been a lot of shit going on lately. Like with females that still running the game at this point. I don't know what the fuck going on. Boss man D-Lo, shout out to you, but he's really the only man doing some shit. Like I was hoping that Baby would have came back with a run, but you know, back to the topic. There's been a lot of stuff going on with the City Girls. As we know, present day, their group has dissolved. It's a lot of reasons why, and it's two sides to the story. So I think, you know, have you followed along any of it?
Yeah, I have followed. I did watch a little bit of I actually watched a lot of bit of the documentary that JT put out right before she dropped her album. Okay. And we also got to talk about that. But and then I also watched a little bit of the Carisha Speaks segment that she put out. Either it was yesterday or the day before.
It was yesterday.
Okay,
last night.
Yeah,
came out last night at 8.
Also, yeah, I watched that. I didn't really watch much of it because I wasn't really interested. Like after a while, I was like, this ain't really. She ain't really spilling what I need to hear. So I didn't watch. I didn't finish it out, but yeah. So I'm I don't know the whole entirety of the whole situation, but I just know that they were and as the world could see, they were separating and So yeah,
I think when it comes to that, it's kind of like you start in the game with people, and if you don't come in it with the same mindset, you know it's gonna always come to that. But I feel like
why do groups never last too? We always gotta say
like that's what I'm saying. Like it's two different. It'd be two different entities that have two different visions.
They never last.
It'd be two different. It'd be like whether it's 2 people, 4 people, 5 people. It'd be like. People, one person want to be a breakout star. Yeah. So they feel like they got to shit on the other. They got to always one up the other person. Or, you know, it just comes to a point of, with females, I think it's more so catty. I think males, up until the unfortunate situation with Migos, I think they were a pretty long-lasting group.
They were family. How about, let's say this. People that are not family, nobody's still a group. They were up until... And listen, they had a broke up too because Offset had split. But you know, that was
label obligations though.
Yeah,
that was label obligations, and they were under the same label, which will bring it together as the City Girls. So that's why my angle last night, like at first I was like, I fuck with JT. Like I'm a JT fan. Like I'm a JT fan. Like JT really like stepping in the gap and rapping, and I like rappers. I'm in the field of media. I'm in radio. I like rappers. JT's a rapper. So when it came to her project, I supported the whole movement. I supported how she was in the clubs, you know, building a fan base. I supported how she created these group chats on like her Twitter, her Instagram and stuff. She was communicating with her fans. She was really touching the field. She was picking up traits of Nicki, like Nicki up and coming days when Nicki was in the mixtape era. So I had no problems with that. I've seen no problems with that until last night. You know, you saying she didn't say a lot, but she said just enough. So it was like, I think that these labels in the industry get into each person's ear, and it comes a different story because she made it seem as though she didn't even know, all this is alleged news on Beyond the Fences, that she didn't even know about JT going solo until like after the fact. And you can kind of tell that a lot of that was shown in that Breakfast Club interview when they dropped the album Raw, and it only did like 9K the first week. And they kind of came out and said they don't have management. How as this biggest group that has influenced the Sexy Reds, the Lottos, the Coil Rays, who else? The Flow, all these new females that came out after City Girls that was rapping that raunchy realness came from the City Girls because of their City Girl mentality. So how is it that this big group don't have any type of management or representation to hold the group together? Regardless of if I know they said one was living in Miami, one was living in LA, and they felt like they was going in different spaces. How is this group not under management? Why is this group album not being promoted? Why are they putting out old music? And they both stated that it was music that they had, recorded prior pandemic that came out. So I think it's a lot of factors when it came to their relationship dissolving, but I think they let the industry get in between them as they came in it as friends, and then they just let people get into the middle of it.
Yeah, I guess when you involve like But I mean, that's how it is when the bigger you get, the more people get involved. I mean,
right.
it's like,
and you're supposed to grow.
Yeah, you're supposed to grow. I mean, it happens. So it's like, it's not like, I guess what separates the people who stick together and the people that don't stick together is the ones that don't allow the outside shit to become some inside shit. Like, they don't allow the external to become the internal.
Well, AMP is a successful group.
They are a successful group, yeah, but we have to see. Like, I mean, they're on a good run right now, but we have to see. They've been around for
they've been together since like 2017, 2018.
Right.
Not all collectively as one because they keep adding people.
But really
they've been together.
But really, they're separate entities that combine one group. They didn't blossom as AMP.
Yes, they did.
No, they didn't.
Kai and Phantom came together. Do you not remember?
Kai was already big.
Bro, no.
Kai already had 100K. Phantom already had 100K.
No. Go back to when Kai and them was still in them trenches. And they met up and they were like, nobody has ever done this. I mean, nobody has ever done this on YouTube. Nobody has ever did it for the New York. We're gonna put New York on the map. They were still in the beginning stages.
That was already big though. That was already big. They already had a platform. Kai already had 100K before he joined AMP. Phantom already had 100K before he joined AMP.
But they both knew each other before AMP.
They did know each other before AMP. But I'm saying they already had a name. They already was uphill. That was already up. That's why
I can't agree with that.
That's why Agent went to go get their ass.
Can't agree with that.
That was already. That's why. Agent
they was rising up. But I'm talking about prior to that. We forget that part. We forget the beginning stages of everybody's career. Like, we forget when they bubbling up. Like, just with the City Girls. Young Miami was not the artist of the group. JT called Young Miami to come get on Kaya remix of Fuck That Nigga. Mm-hmm. So it's like, we forget the starting days. We just see the stardom and then we see the fall. But we don't see the beginning stages and all the work that y'all put in. And I think people forget that. Mm-hmm. Like, people forget that. Like, I really want to run where I can like lock in like some of these people that are our peers. And I guarantee you 100% I would be in a different space than where I'm at now. But it's just finding that somebody that's dedicated to do that.
But you got to do that.